So today we're going to be playing Post Corporation Simulator 2, except instead of our normal crashes, we're gonna do some high-speed crashes. Let's go for the desert, my favorite.
National Guard, Armed Forces, local law enforcement, and other militarized branches of the United States military are currently on a shoot on sight order for all infected that they find outside of homes. If you were found to be outside of your home, you will be neutralized immediately. Repeat, stay indoors and do not go outside. Do not leave your homes at the sight of militarized forces or else you will be shot and neutralized immediately. Stay in your homes, wait for the all clear to signal, and only then will you be allowed to be evacuated to safe stations currently set up to check all citizens for infection. The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States.
Is a civil warning just like an internal warning or something?
The United States government has issued a civil warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test.
There's no way this is... Hold up, there is no way something like, some virus like this... Sorry, I keep slipping on my words, but there's no way something like this is only staying in the United States. Especially if it's starting out like a COVID strain, brother. You get one singular person to be on an airplane and go somewhere else. This shit is worldwide immediately. I mean, maybe this is just like, literally United States.
Like, will your police
call? There's no way it wouldn't
What did you
affect
say?
like, really quick.
That are still in affected areas who have not been evacuated are cautioned to remain in their homes. It has been 22 days since the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO, that started in the Northeast, and currently all areas of the North American continent are infected, with it rapidly spreading worldwide. The United Nations has currently deployed peacekeeping forces to North America, South America, Europe, and the Asian continents to subdue the spread of this disease, and all travel is strictly prohibited. All citizens not yet evacuated to a safe zone are required by martial law to remain in their homes or will be effectively terminated. Dehydration, sudden fever, seizures, shivering, or chills. If someone who has these symptoms suddenly dies, you are required to evacuate the area or else neutralize the subject yourself.
Bro, they say dehydration. Imagine someone just hasn't drank for a little bit, their lips be looking a little dry, and someone's like, nah, dude, you gotta go. Or maybe they just live in a cold climate, they just like shiver for 1 second, and you're like, hell nah, dude, get on the ground. I don't know, bro, I'd probably wait for a few more symptoms, but this is a little... This is a little crazy.
Congress just passed a law removing all human rights from the infected people that came back to life. You are permitted to use whatever force is necessary to eliminate the threat. There will be no prosecution, and there is no need to call the authorities to tell them what you have done. You have done.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's when we bring out the katanas.
The United States government has issued a national warning for all citizens of the United States. This is not a drill, and this is not a test.
Wait a second, at first they were saying civil, now they said national. Bro, I love how it's spreading over time.
This is not a drill, and this is not a test.
Oh, that's really cool.
It has been 35 days since the start of the aggressive viral outbreak, AVO disease, and a vaccine has been developed. The United States, in tandem with the United Nations peacekeeping forces, are currently ordered to clear and disassemble urban areas.
Disassemble?
As of now, all infected citizens who had died to the disease, and who rose back up into a state of moving death, known officially now as zombies, after the pop culture monster of the same name, are currently congregating in massive numbers in urban areas. Why this is happening is entirely unclear, but there seems to be some sort of intelligence at play as they clear their immediate area of uninfected people, and then will move to the closest urban area, even if their rural areas are hundreds of miles away.
Nah, dude, hold up. That is like Walking Dead zombies, but on steroids. Imagine if they actually left their city once they've infected everyone. Actually, if that's the case, bro, it would be safest to live in a city on like the... Okay, hear me out. On the top floor of some kind of massive building or skyscraper. Let all the zombies down below infect everyone, just hold out there for a little bit, and then once they vacate the area, because they already think they've infected everyone, then brother, you got a whole ass city to yourself. Like, you could literally go to any store and just restock. I know there's so many flaws in that plan that I just said. Like, obviously there's gonna be some lingering zombies, but I mean, bro, if it's just a few, use that katana or hand axe, you know what I mean?
If there are any uninfected citizens still living in urban areas, you are required to leave effective immediately. To not be mistaken for one of the infected, you are required to take white cloth and wave it around in your hands, or wear white, or have any sort of indication that you are, in fact, uninfected. Here are some basic tips to ensure your survival during the evacuation. Avoid making noise while moving so as not to draw attention to yourself. Prefer an all-terrain vehicle with high ground clearance. Some roads are in poor condition and covered in debris with
Pajeros could work for that. It's a four-wheel drive.
2 weeks to overcome the unexpected. Do not use the sewer system to escape. Several bodies were found and the rat population quadrupled in less than a few days.
Oh, bro. Hold up. Eaten by rats has got to be one of the worst ways to go. Sorry, I keep pausing.
It is now allowed for any American over the age of 13 to carry and use any weapon, including those that were prohibited, to defend themselves against one or more zombies.
Imagine you're 12 and you're just
situation
fucked.
is back to normal, the government will not keep any records of the weapons you have used.
Damn, bro.
Within 2 weeks, every
Hail
major
Mary.
United States medical centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease. Within 2 weeks, every major United States metropolis centers will be bombed and then cleared by militarized forces to prevent further spread of the VAO disease.
Never mind, get out of that skyscraper, bro. You ain't safe there anymore.
Warning, the United States federal government has currently fallen.
Upside down flag. Yo.
The federal government has currently fallen. All safe zones and evacuation centers are currently operable in any form of local government and can be reestablished. States federal government has fallen. Effective immediately, all citizens will be required.
Brother, I didn't get all of the instructions.
Are safe.
May God watch Alright, Mandela catalog creature, we couldn't understand that. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm one of those goobers who thinks I'll actually survive the zombie apocalypse. I don't know what it is. It's probably a sense of stupid confidence or the fact that I got, like, I don't know, freaking 7, 10 weapons in this room. But your boy thinks he's got some plans, alright? Literally just take a raft into the water. Basically just take a whole bunch of, like, sticks and have some giant water jugs that are empty. Use rope to tie them all together and it should keep afloat. I know I'm oversimplifying greatly, but I feel like I should do something to help the situation. But like I said, bro, if not that, just go straight to the mountains. They'll be toppling like cheese.
No, this passenger of the bus just
scenarios. Let's look at what we're apparently the Earth gets shot out of orbit, alright? This is
2
gonna be
kids,
fun.
they didn't even buckle their seatbelts.
Oh, we got another emergency alert system.
This critical message is from the United States Space Force. This is not a test. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to inform you of an imminent threat to public safety and well-being. The Earth has been pulled out of orbit due to Rogue Planet OGLE 2016 PLG 1928. Rogue Planet Ogle flew in close proximity to Earth a few hours ago and entrapped Earth in its gravitational pull, yanking us away from the Sun. As Earth continues to leave the Sun's orbit, we will continue to experience a number of detrimental environmental repercussions, including dramatic drops in temperature, confused and potentially aggressive wildlife, and change of atmosphere leading to increased exposure to radiation.
Is that actually
The
what would
government has
happen?
enacted a plan to remedy all of the potentially harmful side effects of losing our Sun, and more information on that will be revealed in the days to come. Scientists report that we will no longer experience seasons, and eventually life on the surface will be impossible without artificial heat production. Nowadays, the leading scientists also believe the best thing to do is to conserve energy and food and attempt to gather as much fuel for burning future fires as possible. If you live alone, consider finding a neighbor or family member that will enable you to pool resources. Wildlife will most likely continue to act strange as light and temperature continues to drop. Food might become scarce in the coming days, and authorities urge individuals to hunt and share as much as possible before the drop in temperature reduces the ability to do so. Even though it has only been a few hours, there are already a number of reports of human beings behaving erratically. The erratic behavior seems to only appear in people with a specific set of genetic markers, and scientists are dubbing this new disease solar schizophrenia or solophrenia for short.
Solar
So far, no
schizophrenia?
cases of solophrenia have been reported to include violence toward others, but some have exhibited self-harming behavior.
You know, I feel like that would mainly only apply to people who are like, you know, the weather dictates my mood, which somewhat that is me. There are gray skies outside, you don't see the sun at all. I might be a little bit more in the, you know, upset mood, but it looks like these people are like, hey, there's no sun. It looks like I'm about to start shooting anything that moves, which I'm going to be real with you, a little bit overboard. I don't think you need to be shooting everything like that. Don't need to be aggressive, but hey, to each their own. To each their own.
This critical message is from the United States Space Force. This is not a test. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to inform you of an imminent threat to public safety and well-being. As the Earth moves past Jupiter, it has become increasingly impossible to remain on the surface of the planet. The globally used underground bunkers have been established to house the surviving population, and you are urged to contact your local authorities to secure transportation to the closest underground location. The bunkers are powered using geothermal energy, and there are reports that some bunkers are even utilizing UV lamps to enable the existence of some plants.
Okay,
Plants are
guys.
allowed if they are not exhibiting solophrenia.
So
Okay, hold up. First off,
This
I know in a lot of
van-
these scenarios, people will be like, you know, you're
I
gonna
was
run out of food,
really-
which, you know, very true. A lot of the
really
population
late
is just gonna
for
be.
the
But I did hear from somewhere, it might have been game theory, I don't know what, but like if you start like, you know, creating mushrooms or mushroom farms, you could actually just live off of that for like a super long time, if not, you know, forever. I mean, hey, I'm one of
And
those
then,
people
like,
who likes mushrooms, so it looks like I might.
after that,
When all wildlife has ceased existing,
Maybe.
officials from around the globe have started preserving some life from Earth's surface in the underground bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this, free space in the underground bunkers is at a critical level. Since the only locations suitable for the underground dwellings are locations with geothermal activity near the surface, scientists and engineers from around the world are creating an expansive network of tunnels and passageways that will enable magma to flow around the globe wherever we need it most. The venture is being called Project Holy.
first let's look at the lot of us. It's all
After
good
growing
to
reports of
the two
solophrenics
people
appearing in
are
underground
different.
bunkers, scientists
Still
have expanded potential sufferers of the disease to all remaining members of humanity. While it's not always possible to see manifestations of the
Doors were
disease, there are a number of signs,
doors.
including
Others were
hallucinations,
doors.
slurred or incoherent speech, delusions, and a lack of emotional expression.
So basically, people would just become the people or creatures from Outlast. The crazed individuals that show no emotion other than, bro, I might eat your face, you know?
If
That's
you are currently in an
fun.
underground bunker and witness any of these symptoms
Look
or
at this.
suspect someone of solophrenia, call and report them to the Bunker Safety and Protection Program, or the BSPP, at 248-434-5508.
How are you gonna... Okay.
And then like
How are
guys,
you gonna call
this
people
one
right
literally hit
Whatever,
a
maybe I'm too
tire.
into it.
This one hit a tire.
This critical message is from the Emergency Alert System. This is not a test. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to inform you of an imminent threat to public safety and well-being. As you undoubtedly felt in your underground bunker, Project Holy Heat has failed. While the drilling was successfully completed, activating the flow of magma through the tunnels had an unforeseen consequence.
Uh-huh.
Tectonic plates were disrupted and affected by the tunnels, and the heat produced through the tunnels, causing seismic activity across the entirety of the globe.
Well, that's
Over
crazy.
75% of all underground bunkers collapsed or were rendered inoperable due to Project Holy Heat's failure, and there are reports that some of the remaining tunnels are in danger of collapse as the surface oceans continue to freeze. The added weight from the frozen water is also affecting normal tectonic plate activity, creating sporadic earthquakes that can be felt around the globe. Due to the unstable seismic activity and the constant threat of destruction for the remaining bunkers, the remaining world leaders have developed a plan to attempt to break free from rogue planet Opal's orbit and rejoin our solar system. The plan is to create a massive rocket that will produce enough thrust to nudge us in the direction we want to go, and once free of rogue planet Opal's gravitational pull, we'll only need to use thrust when passing the other planets in the solar system so we can remain on course.
Alright, first up, if you can't even go to the surface of the planet because it's gonna be too cold, how are you gonna build a rocket, somehow get it to the surface of the planet, and then make sure that that rocket's big enough that it
This
actually
was the
propels
vehicle
Earth
at
through
fault.
space? I'm gonna be real with you, your best bet is probably just staying in those bunkers and eating mushrooms, alright? Like the zombie apocalypse we just saw was like, you know what, you can actually kind of survive. On this, it's like there's literally no escape. The whole planet is coming crashing down.
But if we can successfully break free from Rogue Planet Ogle, scientists are convinced the rocket is our only hope for survival. There have been no new reported cases of solophrenia. All bunkers are being asked to volunteer all available materials, especially any metals, wood of any variety, and gasoline. If you suspect any individual in your bunker of hoarding any of these valuable resources, please report them to the BSPP at 248-434-5508. The fate of humanity may rest on your call.
Dang. Alright, yeah, like that, whatever.
May God have mercy on us all.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, so that one's like, you're not surviving. Like, literally with the zombies, you take any kind of weapon or just your 2 legs and, you know, you run faster than them. And what are the zombies gonna do? Because they're not gonna catch up to you. I actually got a few comments on one of my previous videos where I'm like, you know, zombies are slow, and they're like, well, what about World War Z zombies? I cannot see how a zombie who's been reanimated from a dead person who's probably already, you know, undergone some muscle deterioration, you know, rigor mortis and stuff like that, can possibly just start sprinting at you full force. Maybe if they weren't deceased before and it was just like, you know, a rabies, like it's just like an infection, then they probably could sprint at you. But the way they were describing it, bro, just run away. There's no way they're gonna catch you. But this scenario, Earth getting spun out of orbit, bro, literally just eat your mushrooms and be happy, alright? Anyways, that was EAS scenarios. A little bit of a different video because we were reacting to, you know, long form videos. But hey, we're gonna keep expanding with this channel, alright? We're not gonna get rid of the horror TikToks, all you know, the stuff I have been doing. But I definitely want to expand into more of this stuff and even other stuff that I haven't mentioned yet. So if you guys enjoyed this and want to see more of it, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Sensodyne
Bro.
Clinical is an innovative product. There's an ingredient
There was
called
nothing
within
even
the
there.
toothpaste. It creates a reparative layer on the surface which helps to protect the tooth. I recommend the new Sensodyne Clinical Repair.
Today we're going to be exploring some EAS scenarios. Now, full transparency, when we first started this series, I was like, this series is going to be doo-doo. Like, I really didn't think EAS scenarios were going to be all that interesting, but brother, I have been proven wrong. These things show so much creativity, even from just like small creators. I just love it, bro. It's like chef's kiss. Now, for those who don't know what EAS scenarios are, they're basically emergency alert systems, I believe that's what they're called, that are basically broadcast by the government to let you know that you are in imminent doom. For example, let's pretend the Boogerman is in your neighborhood, alright? The Boogeyman's evil twin brother. Although, I guess the Boogeyman's already evil, so it's his eviler twinner brother. Brothis, actually. He's the most brother. But yeah, no, let's pretend he's just snagging people straight out of their closets, alright? Bringing them to his dark Narnia lands, the Boogerman lands. Well, once the government or SCP Foundation finds out, they would be broadcasting this EAS scenario to the citizens that live exactly like where he's been spotted, so that they can be alerted that they are straight fucked and there's no chance to survive, alright? That's basically EAS scenarios. It basically just lets you know that you are dead. Anyways, enough yapping, let's get into it. So we're going to be starting off today with the False Santa made by Wombat. The one and only Wombat. And ignore his subscriber count, guys. He actually makes some really quality content here, so let's hop right into it.
This is an emergency alert for the entire world. Unfortunately,
widespread.
this year, Christmas will not be happening. The reason being is due to...
Yo, imagine all the toddlers just looking up in the air, shaking their fists, saying, how is that boy supposed to get his Lego set now? I mean, you can't be canceling Christmas just because... I mean, hold up. Isn't Santa himself already like a super anomaly? Bro goes down like 1 billion houses a year, eats milk and cookies from like a whole bunch of them, all in the span of one night, and he's not the threat? But no, the false Santa is the threat here? Nah, dude, I'm telling you, Santa's got some wacky powers here.
False Santa who stole St. Nick. The
Nah,
false
dude, who
Santa
stole
will
what?
come through your chimney with good intentions and take all gifts, as well as children.
Oh,
He will
okay,
then
that's
take
awesome.
everything back to the South Pole and hide it. Locals have describing the false Santa with
Isn't this just Krampus?
long and dark hair, as well as a big and edgy smile. To protect your home from the false Santa, make sure to board up your chimney the day of Christmas Eve, and lock any entrances that the false Santa could get through. If you hear any blast shatter, hide your family.
How is Santa gonna get in, though? How is he gonna leave presents, bro? I mean, I guess they did say Christmas is canceled, so never mind. We shouldn't be expecting Santa. He's been consumed.
If you hear any blast shatter, hide your family and be prepared for the worst. Arm
No.
yourself and be ready to fight back. Make sure to watch
Brother,
over
I'm
your
ready.
children while they are sleeping and protect them. We hope this was helpful. Thank you all for listening and have a Merry Christmas.
Alright, so it looks like what we have here is just Krampus, alright? We don't even have the Grinch level, no, we got Krampus level, the guy who kidnaps children. I guess since they say to protect yourself with weapons, you might as well pull out something that can turn it into Swiss cheese, you know? Anyways, quality EAS scenario, but let's move on to the next one. The next one is called Your Family Has Been Infiltrated. It's made by SCP Realized. Now, without even watching
Yo,
this, I'm gonna
SCP
assume
Realized,
this is like that Rick and
I
Morty
watched
episode
that.
Where there are these creatures that try and implant themselves
That's
into
my
your
little
memory.
favorite
Basically, they just come
YouTube
into your life and
channel.
act like they've always been friends with you with implanted memories. I'm assuming that's what this is gonna be, but let's find out.
Please remain calm and carefully observe all members of your family. One or more members of your family may have been replaced by an anomalous imposter.
Oh no, dude, he's
This
going down
imposter has
background.
used an anomalous knife to remove some skin from your family member. They have then used this skin to create a completely accurate anomalous disguise. This knife has been lost in transit between facilities and is believed to be in your area. If you notice a family member or friend acting unusually, try to confirm their identity. Ask them a question only they could know the answer to.
Wait, so what's
Listen
the
to their
anomaly here?
response. If you believe someone you
The
know
knife
is
or
an
the dude?
imposter, remain calm. Contact the authorities and say the phrase Obsidian 034 Actual. Specialists will arrive quickly and evaluate the family member you believe to be suspicious. The anomaly will soon be contained and you will be able to return to normal activity. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Remain alert. Secure. Contain. Protect.
I mean, first off, what is the anomaly? Is it this anomalous knife or the person wearing your family member's skin? Also, why is he using an anomalous knife instead of just a normal knife? This is some spooky stuff, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, I feel like for once this is an anomaly that, like, we could actually survive, because it's just like, you literally just ask them something only they would know, they fail, and then you just call the number, and then they're like, ah, shit, well, it looks like I'm got it now. I mean, I guess it's good to be aware of it, and I'm glad it's not always like apocalyptic level scenarios. It's just like, oh no, some dude's just wearing your family member's skin. Although, why am I saying that as if that's nothing? That's still really weird. So, anyways, yeah, no, let's move on. Up next, we have What Happens When a Gas Station Bathroom is Too Clean, made by Horrifying Tales. Brother, I don't even know why this is an issue. Normally, gas station bathrooms are like, they are bad, brother. They make you walk
Sorry,
in
bye guys.